See, in the last lecture, we have read about the role of calcium in our body. We have read about vitamin D and we have read about calcitonin. Okay, उससे पहले लेक्चर में हमने पैराथॉर्मोन के बारे में पढ़ा था. Now this is the last part of this chapter, that is biphosphonate. Okay. So that day also I have given you one brief introduction about biphosphonate. That biphosphonates are actually the analogues of pyrophosphate. If you will see the structure of pyrophosphate, it contains carbon. Okay, what is the skeleton for pyrophosphate? PCP. Okay, and this biphosphonate, it contains oxygen in place of the carbon atom. So that is about the structural part. Now what is the basic role of biphosphonate? So basically, if you will see, the biphosphonates are used in the treatment of osteoporosis. Okay, and it also prevents the occurrence of osteoporosis. Okay, now it prevents the osteoporosis. Suppose there is a person and that person is suffering from some metabolic disorder. Okay, so to prevent the development or to prevent the osteoporosis happening in that person, हम उसको बाइफॉस्फोनेट दे सकते हैं. अंडरस्टूड? सो इट इज यूज्ड टू प्रिवेंट आल्सो एंड इट इज यूज्ड टू ट्रीट आल्सो osteoporosis. So I think it is clear now. So if you will see the classification, they are classified into three, that is first generation, second generation and third generation. Okay, first generation जो compounds होते हैं, जो biphosphonates होते हैं, they are very simple biphosphonates and they are least potent in nature. सबसे कम potent होते हैं. And if you will see the second, if you will see the structure of the first generation biphosphonate, they contain simple side chain. Okay, whereas the second and third generation biphosphonate, they contain the amino or nitrogenous ring substitution in side chain. So जो first generation वाले biphosphonate होते हैं, उनमें जो side chain होती है, it is very simple. Whereas जो second and third generation की components होते हैं, they contain in the side chain, they will contain either the amino or nitrogenous ring substitution, and they are more effective. So these are certain examples which are given. First generation का example है etidronate and telludronate. Okay, second generation pamidronate, alendronate, ibandronate. Third generation risedronate and zoledronate. इन सब में से जो ये bold letters में लिखा है, these are not available in India. Okay. Now the mechanism. Okay, so that day I have told you something about the mechanism of action. So today we will try to understand it in a very in much clear way. Okay, so all of you can concentrate here. मैंने आपको उस दिन बताया था कि जो bone होता है, it is made up of two parts. One is your bone, it contains the, see this, it is mentioned here, protein matrix होता है and the mineral phase. So bone is made up of the mineral phase and the protein matrix. Okay, this mineral phase is called as the hydroxyapatite. Understood? Then let's come to the osteoclast. Osteoclast have ruffled borders. That day I have shown you the diagram of osteoclast. उसका जो border होता है, it is not plain, it is not smooth, it is ruffled. Okay, it looks like octopus. Okay, on the surface of resorptive plates, the mineral phase of the bone is solubilized in acidic zone created at the ruffled borders, and resorption of protein matrix by acid hydrolysis secreted by osteoclast. So what it is trying to tell is that osteoclast का जो ruffled border होता है, वहाँ पे what process takes place? As you know that bone is made up of protein matrix and solid mineral phase. Okay, so whatever mineral phase of the bone is there, जो भी bone का mineral part होता है, वो acidic media में solubilize हो जाता है. मैंने आपको उस दिन osteoclast का भी composition बताया था कि osteoclast contain proteolytic enzyme and they also contain certain acidic substances. Okay, so जो हमारे bone का mineral part होता है, वो acid में solubilize हो जाता है. आप बोल सकते हो कि वो dissolve हो जाता है. ओके, एंड जो आपका प्रोटीन मैट्रिक्स होता है बोन का, मिनरल पार्ट तो डिसॉल्व हो गया, वॉट एवर प्रोटीन मैट्रिक्स ऑफ द बोन इज प्रेजेंट, दैट इज हाइड्रोलाइज्ड बाय द प्रोटियोलाइटिक एंजाइम व्हिच आर सिक्रीटेड बाय द ऑस्टियोक्लास्ट. अंडरस्टूड? सो बेसिकली ऑस्टियोक्लास्ट क्या करता है, हमने स्टार्टिंग में क्या पढ़ा था कि ऑस्टियोक्लास्ट इज रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर रिजॉर्प्शन ऑफ बोन. बट हाउ इट रिमूव्स द कैल्शियम, ये अभी आपको समझ में आएगा कि actually the osteoclast contain the acidic material and the proteolytic enzyme which causes the destruction of the bone and causes the release of the calcium into the blood. Understood all of you? Now this is how the calcium is removed. Now how the biphosphonates, they prevent this resorption. As I have told you that biphosphonates are the most potent anti-resorptive agent. They prevent the resorption of the bone. Then how they produce their action? As you can see here, biphosphonates are located in the acidic zone under the osteoclast due to their high affinity for calcium ion. So biphosphonate का जो location होता है, it is in the acidic zone itself under the osteoclast. Okay, because under the osteoclast the level of calcium is more, so they get concentrated there because they have more affinity for the calcium ion. Now what happens, due to high acidity calcium ions are released from the bone surface. Now this is related to this part only कि जैसे मैंने आपको क्या बताया, बोन का जो मिनरल पार्ट है वो एसिड में सॉल्युबल हो गया, बोन का जो प्रोटीन पार्ट है वो क्या होता है, इट इज एक्टेड अपॉन बाय द प्रोटियोलाइटिक एंजाइम एंड एज अ रिजल्ट ड्यू टू दैट हाई एसिडिटी आपका सारा मिनरल डिसॉल्व हो गया, तो जो कैल्शियम होता है that is released from the bone. And biphosphonate, how they produce their action, they first go, they get concentrated below the osteoclast where the quantity of calcium is more. Understood? Now see this, this is the specific property of biphosphonate. They are also released and are internalized into osteoclast by endocytosis. जब हमारे बोन से कैल्शियम रिलीज होता है from the bone, the BPNs are also released. What I am telling you, try to understand this. Osteoclast के नीचे जहाँ पे कैल्शियम का कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ज़्यादा होता है, where more acidity is there, वहीं पे जाके आपका बाइफॉस्फोनेट डिपॉजिट होता है. अंडरस्टूड ऑल ऑफ यू? क्यों एसिडिक मीडिया में जाके, क्यों एसिडिक प्लेस में जाके डिपॉजिट होता है? क्योंकि अभी मैंने आपको बताया कि मिनरल पार्ट ऑफ द बोन इट इज डिसॉल्व इन द एसिडिक मीडिया. तो एसिडिक मीडिया में कैल्शियम का क्वांटिटी ज्यादा होगा, इसीलिए बाइफॉस्फोनेट वहां पे जाके कॉन्सेंट्रेट हो जाता है. ओके, नाउ जैसे ही बोन डिग्रेड होता है तो कैल्शियम रिलीज होता है एसिडिक मीडिया से. सो बीपीएन, बाइफॉस्फोनेट, इज आल्सो रिलीज्ड एंड दिस बाइफॉस्फोनेट which is released is again internalized into the osteoclast by endocytosis. Now what will happen, whatever biphosphonate is there which is getting released along with the calcium, it is taken back by the osteoclast by the process of endocytosis. Okay, it means what, जो आपका in short you remember biphosphonate get inside the osteoclast by the process of endocytosis. और जैसे ही वो अंदर जाएंगे, what they will do, they will cause the apoptosis, they will cause the programmed cell death of the osteoclast. क्योंकि अगर आपको बोन को रिजॉर्प्शन से बचाना है, देन आपको ऑस्टियोक्लास्ट की एक्टिविटी को रिड्यूस करना पड़ेगा या इनहिबिट करना पड़ेगा. सो हाउ यू कैन रिड्यूस, आइदर यू कॉज द सेल डेथ, that is by the process of apoptosis, programming you can cause the cell death, और सेकेंड आप क्या कर सकते हो, डिस्ट्रप्शन ऑफ साइटोस्केलेटन एंड रफल्ड बॉर्डर ऑफ ऑस्टियोक्लास्ट. जो भी ऑस्टियोक्लास्ट का रफल्ड बॉर्डर है, अनइवन बॉर्डर है, आप उसका जो स्केलेटन है उसको डिस्टर्ब कर दो. आर यू गेटिंग? इफ इट विल बी डिस्टर्ब्ड, where the acid will be contained. Are you getting? Because जो acidic content होता है that is mainly concentrated in the ruffled borders of the osteoclast. Okay. Next is biphosphonate also affect the precursor of osteoclast. It means biphosphonate do not allow the conversion of precursor of osteoclast into active osteoclast. Understood all of you? So these are the three steps or three processes by which biphosphonates inactivate or disturb the osteoclast and do not allow the osteoclast to destroy the bone. First what they do, अगर आपको अभी भी confusion है, just remember that osteoclast contain ruffled border, acid is present there. Okay, so by three ways we can, biphosphonate can produce its action. उसका main activity है to destroy the osteoclast or to reduce the activity of osteoclast. How it can reduce? By three ways, either by programmed cell death, which is called as apoptosis, or disturbing the cytoskeleton or disturbing the ruffled border of the osteoclast, and do not allow the activation of the osteoclast cell. प्रीकर्सर को ही आप इनिबिट कर दो ताकि वो एक्टिव फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट ही ना हो. So these are the three mechanism of action of biphosphonates by which they inhibit the activity of osteoclast. So I think it is understood now. So this is one of the points. Now see this. Second and third generation agents, understand this properly. Second and third generation agents inhibit prenylation of, see अभी हमने पढ़ा था that first generation जो agents होते हैं they are not much useful nowadays. So second and third generation agent, how they produce their action, they, एक तो उनका mechanism of action अभी हमने पढ़ा. Second action can be this, or you can say how they are destroying the cytoskeleton, how they are destroying the ruffled border. अभी हमने पढ़ा ना कि what they do, they causes the disruption of cytoskeleton and ruffled border. तो ये कैसे destroy करते हैं? The answer is mentioned here. Okay. Now see, second and third generation agents, they inhibit the prenylation of GTP binding proteins involved in cytoskeletal organization, membrane ruffling and vesicle movement. Okay, so what does that mean? Second and third generation वाले जो agents हैं वो cytoskeletal organization को destroy करते हैं, ruffling जो membrane ruffled है उसको destroy करते हैं, and vesicle movement को destroy करते हैं. Means it they destroy the vesicles so that the calcium को बाहर आने के लिए vesicle चाहिए ना. Now the vesicle is not present, so as a result calcium is not able to come out. Now ऐसा वो कैसे करते हैं? It is mentioned here. They inhibit the prenylation of GTP binding protein. Okay, by this way they inhibit all these steps. So what do you mean by prenylation? So it is mentioned here, prenylation is the addition of hydrophobic molecule to a protein or chemical compound. Now what is the hydrophobic molecule which is present in our blood? That is the lipids. Okay, so prenylation मतलब क्या होता है? जो लिपिड मॉलिक्यूल होता है वो प्रोटीन के साथ जाके एक बॉन्ड बना लेता है, कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड बना लेता है. एंड ऑल ऑफ यू नो कोवेलेंट बॉन्ड इज द स्ट्रॉन्गेस्ट बॉन्ड. ओके, सो सेकेंड एंड थर्ड जनरेशन क्या करते हैं? दे इनहिबिट द प्रीनाइलेशन ऑफ सर्टेन जीटीपी बाइंडिंग प्रोटीन विच इज इन्वॉल्व्ड इन साइटोस्केलेटल ऑर्गेनाइजेशन. ओके, सो दे इनहिबिट दीज एजेंट, दे इनहिबिट द प्रीनाइलेशन स्टेप. आर यू गेटिंग? एज ए रिजल्ट व्हाट इज हैपनिंग? देखो स्केलेटन को साथ इकट्ठा रहने के लिए यू रिक्वायर सम बॉन्ड्स. आर यू गेटिंग? सो दिस व्हाट दे आर डूइंग, दे इनहिबिट प्रीनाइलेशन ऑफ सर्टेन प्रोटीन which is involved in organization. Okay, आपको स्केलेटन बनाने के लिए कुछ बॉन्ड्स चाहिए स्केलेटन को जोड़ने के लिए. उस बॉन्ड को जोड़ने के लिए यू रिक्वायर सर्टेन प्रोटीन्स. ओके, सो जुड़ता कैसे है बॉन्ड? द लिपिड पार्ट अटैचेस विद द प्रोटीन पार्ट, और वो दोनों अटैच कैसे होते हैं? बाय द प्रोसेस ऑफ प्रीनाइलेशन. अंडरस्टूड ऑल ऑफ यू? सो व्हाट द सेकेंड एंड थर्ड जनरेशन डू, दे इनहिबिट द प्रीनाइलेशन इटसेल्फ. अगर आप प्रीनाइलेशन को इनहिबिट करोगे तो जो स्केलेटन है उसका जो बाइंडिंग कंपोनेंट है दैट विल बी गॉन, एंड एज ए रिजल्ट जो स्केलेटन बनेगा इट विल नॉट बी स्टेबल. आर यू गेटिंग? एंड ऑल्सो द रफल्ड बॉर्डर, अगर आपका स्केलेटन स्टेबल नहीं है तो आपका स्ट्रक्चर भी स्टेबल नहीं होगा. सो दैट इज द बेसिक मैकेनिज्म. इफ यू आर कंफ्यूज आई अगेन एक्सप्लेन यू इन शॉर्ट. Second and third generation agent inhibit prenylation. Understood? Now what is prenylation? Prenylation is the formation, it is a type of covalent bond which is formed between the lipid and the protein. Okay, and this bond is required for the stability of your skeleton of the cell. Are you getting? So second and third generation agents क्या करते हैं? वो prenylation को inhibit कर देते हैं. They do not allow the formation of covalent bond between the lipid and the protein. As a result, the skeleton is not stable and it can collapse also. Are you getting? So this is the reason, or you can say this is how the biphosphonates destroy the skeletal arrangement, destroy the ruffled part of the osteoclast. Understood all of you? Next है pharmacokinetics. They are poorly absorbed, they produce gastric irritation. Esophagitis is the side effect. Okay, now since they produce gastric irritation, वो क्यों produce करते हैं? Because they may be causing increase in the release of acid. Are you getting? So if you have peptic ulcer या GIT से related अगर कोई disease है, then you do not have to take these biphosphonates. One more point is renal impairment. Why renal impairment? As you know, it is poorly absorbed, okay? Or renal, yes, it is producing gastric irritation and all. So if there is renal impairment, this drug will not be properly excreted out, and it can cause certain adverse effects. Understood? Next point is, these are I think the uses. Yes, osteoporosis, Paget's disease. मैंने आपको उस दिन बताया था what is Paget disease. Hypercalcemia of malignancy, osteolytic bone metastasis. Okay, it means what? Osteoporosis में ये क्यों effective होता है? Because all of you know, you have to explain in your own words. Okay, particularly, see, it is the most important drug which is used in menopausal, postmenopausal women who are suffering from osteoporosis. Are you getting? Because these agents reduce and inhibit the activity of osteoclast. Understood all of you? So they are effective in osteoporosis in males and females both. And they, second advantage is that they provide relief for longer period of time as compared to the other agents. कौन से अदर एजेंट्स है? कैल्सीटोनिन एक हमने पढ़ा, ईस्ट्रोजन हमने पढ़ा. मैंने आपको लास्ट लेक्चर में बताया था दैट ईस्ट्रोजन आल्सो प्रिवेंट्स द रिजॉर्प्शन. और मैंने ये आपको आई थिंक आई हैव एक्सप्लेन्ड यू दैट इफ अ वुमेन इज इन पोस्ट मेनोपॉजल स्टेज और इज मेनोपॉजल woman is there, then what happens? There is a severe hormonal imbalance and it is possible, actually it happens that the level of female sex hormones goes down. Are you getting? So female sex hormone का level कम होता है, as a result osteoporosis can occur due to resorption of the bone. So basically हम okay, women, all of you know that women जब तक menopausal age तक नहीं पहुंचती है, which is generally average age is 45 years, women को heart attack भी कम होता है. Most of the diseases are more in men as compared to women. ऐसा क्यों होता है? Because of that estrogen which is secreted. जैसे ही menopause होता है, the women are prone to many diseases. They become weak. Okay, so why during that stage why this happens is, the reason is the level of the sex hormones goes down. Understood? So that is why osteoporosis is one of the reason क्यों होता है menopausal women में, because there is decrease in the level of estrogen. Understood all of you? So BPNs are better, they are more effective because they provide relief for prolonged period of time. Paget's disease, effective in arresting osteolytic lesions, reduce bone pain and improve secondary symptoms. I have told you about the Paget's disease. Paget's disease में क्या होता है? That the old cells are not replaced by the new cells. As a result, the old cells goes on becoming weaker and weaker and they are destroyed, and it may cause fractures and everything. So if the person is suffering from Paget's disease, you can give biphosphonate because they are effective in arresting osteolytic lesion. Understood all of you? So this point you have to remember. Next is hypercalcemia of malignancy. So due to malignancy also there is chances of increase in the level of calcium. कैसे? किसी को अगर बोन में कैंसर है, are you getting? या फिर किसी को सपोज करो, आई विल गिव यू वन एग्जांपल, हाइपरपैराथायरॉयडिज्म, बेस्ट एग्जांपल. अगर किसी को पैराथायरॉयड ग्लैंड में ट्यूमर हो गया है, देन पैराथॉर्मोन का लेवल ज़्यादा होगा and as a result the calcium level will also be more in blood. So that you can call it as hypercalcemia of malignancy. So in these cases आप calcitonin भी दे सकते हो, क्योंकि calcitonin and parathormone both are acting opposite to each other. Apart from that, you can give these two agents, pamidronate and zoledronate. Okay, but they are most effective. These two agents. देखो सब में आपको एक एक important drug का नाम याद रखना है. जैसे osteoporosis में biphosphonates are the major drugs you can give. Then in case of hypercalcemia of malignancy, you can give pamidronate, zoledronate. These are the most effective drugs, but they take long time to produce their action. Understood? And generally they are supplemented with calcitonin. Now apart from that we are also giving some IV supplements देते हैं. Then furosemide भी देते हैं. Furosemide, what is furosemide? Yes, furosemide is Lasix. It is a diuretic. तो हम diuretic देते हैं to prevent the volume overload. Okay. So all these things are given in hyper. Okay. In any of these cases, whenever you are giving some emergency treatment, दे रहे हो आप किसी को कैंसर है, so whatever IV, IM thing, whatever you are giving, along with that we are giving certain electrolytes for hydration also. So it is common. Okay. Oral BPS. So if a person is suffering from hypercalcemia of malignancy, the oral biphosphonates are not useful. Okay. Then next is osteolytic bone metastasis. What is the meaning of this? Osteolytic, that is the breakdown of bone metastasis. Okay. So it is also a type of cancer, bone cancer जो अभी हम डिस्कस कर रहे थे. So parenterally, see, etiodronate is the first BPN useful in Paget's disease and hypercalcemia. Okay, but you do not have to use it continuously. Nowadays, etiodronate is not used. It was the first biphosphonate. Nowadays, what we are using? We are using zoledronate. Okay, so that is all about this chapter. Now, so just अभी ये चैप्टर हो गया हमारा. So I would like to start other topic. Just एक introduction करेंगे हम next topic का, and that is just a second. Not this. Okay. So now. So our next very important topic is insulin, glycogen and oral hypoglycemic agent. आप लोग अभी फाइनल ईयर में हो, फर्स्ट ईयर से ही आप पढ़ते आ रहे हो कि डायबिटीज क्या है, इंसुलिन क्या है, थोड़ा बहुत आइडिया तो सबको रहता है कि व्हाट आर दीज कंपोनेंट्स. ओके, एंड व्हाट इज देयर रोल इन आवर बॉडी, ऑल ऑफ यू नो. नाउ अभी हम जो पढ़ेंगे, व्हाट इज आवर लर्निंग ऑब्जेक्टिव व्हेन वी आर रीडिंग दिस चैप्टर. सो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल यू शुड नो व्हाट इज डायबिटीज, व्हाट आर द टाइप्स ऑफ डायबिटीज. सो ऑल ऑफ यू नो डायबिटीज मेलाइटस होता है, डायबिटीज इंसिपिडस होता है. आफ्टर दैट व्हाट इज देयर,